On this week's episode of Scammers Busted, a young man known as Bobo Chicago found himself in the nets of the FBI. Meanwhile, in Nigeria, an organized criminal syndicate was dismantled, and to everyone's surprise, they were all immigrants. But first, a flamboyant UK pastor has won an all-expense-paid trip back to Nigeria after he was exposed for some questionable activities he has been involved in. Once hailed as a charismatic leader steering young people away from crime, Nigerian pastor Tobi Adegboyega is facing deportation from the UK back to Nigeria for alleged fraud and financial misconduct. Pastor Tobi arrived in the UK in 2005 on a visitor visa. Over the years, he built Spark Nation, a church that attracted hundreds of young people, particularly from the black communities in London. But behind his flashy lifestyle, rumors began to spread that church members were pressured to donate money through extreme measures like taking loans, committing benefit fraud, and even selling their own blood. Some former members described the organization as a cult. Spark Nation was eventually shut down after the rumors appeared to be true. They were found guilty of misusing over £1.8 million of church funds. As you would expect, Pastor Tobi's lawyers has dismissed all accusations, calling it fake and false. But the UK government claimed that Pastor Tobi and Spark Nation's leadership lived lavish lifestyles at the expense of his members, accusing him of financial abuse. After a lengthy battle, the court ruled against Pastor Tobi. With this decision, Pastor Tobi Adegboyega's time in the UK has come to an end. In Abuja, the Nigerian police has just dismantled a massive cybercrime syndicate, arresting 113 foreigners. On November 3, 2024, the usually quiet Jai area of Abuja became the center of an intense police operation. Officers from the National Cybercrime Center and Zone 7 Command descended on the area, leading to one of the largest cybercrime busts in Nigeria's history. During the raid, police seized a host of equipment allegedly used for their criminal activities, including MTN modems, routers, drones, and a lot of laptops and smartphones. What's truly shocking is the size of their operation. These syndicates use their tech skills to hack companies, launder money, and run marketing scams on a large scale, the kind of people that further ruin the image of Nigeria. On December 2, 2024, the men were arraigned at the Federal High Court in Abuja. They were charged with extensive cybercrimes, conspiracy, and even connection to human trafficking networks. The police says these foreigners operated across borders, making their crime a serious global threat. Although they were eventually granted a #1 billion bail, still, we wait for the final court verdict, as the case was adjourned to February 27, 2025. A 25-year-old alleged fraudster, Bobo Chicago, has just been arrested for stealing millions in the US. Before Oluyomi Omobolanle Bombata earned the nickname Bobo Chicago, he made a name for himself by scamming his fellow Nigerians in the Houston area of America. But when the pressure became too hot, he ran to Chicago, thinking he could outrun justice. But the FBI was watching. After settling in Chicago, Bombata immediately started stealing from both businesses and people in the Oklahoma area of the United States. Apparently, Bombata was a hacker. He carried out his criminal operations by hacking into accounts of victims and transferring millions of dollars out of their accounts to his own account. Omobolanle Bombata lived a lavish lifestyle. The FBI claimed he stole over $2.8 million. Eventually, the game came to an end on November 20, 2024, when the FBI moved in and arrested Bombata. Now, he faces 5 charges, including wire fraud, conspiracy, and unlawful monetary transactions. The strange part of this story is that, despite flaunting his ill-gotten wealth, Bombata claimed that he couldn't afford a lawyer, a sign that he would rather go to prison than release any money he has stolen. Thanks for sticking to the end. I really do appreciate it. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to like, share, and hit that subscribe button. It helps us bring you more intriguing stories like this. And if you think you've seen it all, think again. Our next story is one that you will not want to miss. See you soon. Remember, crime doesn't pay. Stay safe.